I haven't even thought of it. I haven't actually thought of an introduction like speech yet.
We will fight them on the beaches.
Okay, hello everyone. GP Productions here. So what we are doing today is we've got a really cool, I guess it's a sort of debut episode for a series that is going to go on for a long time, hopefully, and it's going to be very cool. We're going to have many different people on. We might have groups of people together. You never know. And I'm just going to be talking to them, getting to know them, listening to what they've done, listening to their plans. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting for you guys as well, hopefully, because I know it'll be interesting for me. But anyway, without further ado, I think we should introduce our first ever guest on the GP guest show, and that is Ben Digital.
Hello. How's everyone doing? We good?
We're good. I'm good. I'm very good.
No. Yeah, sorry. I suddenly presumed I was streaming and started talking to a group, and obviously there's no group here. Hello, my name is Ben from Ben Digital. I am a digital artist, as the name suggests. I do lots of various different digital arts. I'm very much jack of all trades. So my primary outpouring is theatre tech. So doing things like sound design, light design, stage production, all that sort of stuff. Mainly what you see on my channel, though, is kind of my second pastime, which is filmmaking. I do lots of different films, from comedy stuff, including The Job Lot, which has only just gone on.
My hair, I really like my hair, and people love me too. Hello.
To various other things like Day on the Job, which is where you get to kind of meet and see a little bit of an inside of what I get up to. And My Day Out as well, where you kind of see cool things that I've done, which I wish to share. And as well as that, I do lots of other random stuff as well that are kind of just they accompany everything. Anything like music production or I don't know, graphic design, streaming, all various things and bits and pieces that come in together and just kind of complete the collection of trades that I have going on.
Awesome stuff. Very well done. You did a good job
Thank
there.
you.
If
Thank
that
you.
hasn't enticed you, is that a word?
Yeah,
Enticed.
enticed you.
If that haven't enticed.
Just say it.
Get your words out. If that hasn't enticed you to go over to Ben's channel, then I don't know what will. But yeah, go over to Ben Digital's channel. It will be in the description of this video for sure. So yeah, go over there. Have a look at what he's been doing, what he's been getting up to, and I'm sure you guys are going to want to subscribe because he's got some very awesome stuff coming for you in the future. Okay. First question for you, Ben, is when
Hello.
did you first start getting into this kind of industry? When did you first realize you wanted to become a digital artist?
Interesting. Very strange question because that's very blurred lines.
Excuse me, what?
My path is one that is windy and blurred. So I mean, supposedly, I technically first started getting into the digital industry. I've always had like an interest in um, technology, computers, and things ever since I was little. And then, kind of going in GCSE period, I chose computer science and graphic design as my options because they kind of fit that, and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And then from that, I went and did some extra digital clubs with local company 2020 Productions, who then kind of got me into doing that and theatre, and it all kind of progressed on from there. In terms of when did you realize you wanted to be a digital artist? I don't think I ever did. I just think it sort of just got lobbed at me. I was like, yeah, because I'm very much everything: theatre technician, digital artist. But I mean, it's only recently that Ben Digital as a thing has existed. It's been Loud Sound for a bit before that, but that's kind of the flogging a dead horse. So I've recently gone over transformation. The ugly caterpillar has become a butterfly, and now I feel like I'm in a great place. I'm
Ooh.
putting out. Thank you. I'm kind of putting out all the amazing digital stuff that I want to do, and actually getting some really cool results from it all. So, I mean, the answer's somewhere in between all there. You could say GCSEs, you could say from a child, you could say 2, 3 months ago. It's a very strange path, my creative one.
That's the best way for it though. It's creative. It's a creative
absolutely, yeah.
path.
Path,
I
both,
like
yeah.
that. What did you say? What was that? That was good.
I was an ugly caterpillar, and now I'm becoming a beautiful butterfly with my majestic wings.
I am
Don't make
writing
sense.
that down.
Thank you. I stole it. I'm not sure from where, but if I ever say anything interesting, the likelihood is I have stolen it.
You were doing so well with the selling yourself part.
And yeah, until I said everything I do is stolen.
Oh dear.
The job lot. Hang on, other answer. The job lot. That's just Taskmaster.
Hey, look, I've seen that, and that is very much so your own interpretation. So much so that you actually put yourself in quite a lot of danger for this kind of project.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I recall correctly, you may have actually got hit over the head with a very heavy Wellington boot.
I did. Yes, I did. It wasn't as bad as it seems, but I'll be honest, I'm very glad that it hit me and not the camera. Because if that had broken, I'd have been in so much trouble. Because that was job lot 1 as well. That wasn't even my equipment.
Wow, brilliant words from a filmmaker there. That is the rule. Never hurt the cameras.
First. I'm covered by the NHS. The cameras aren't.
Okay, awesome stuff. So that's the first question out of the way. It's very interesting, actually. You say all that stuff like that because I actually haven't spoken to anyone yet who has said to me they kind of knew exactly what they want. Like they said they wanted to be a digital artist, but sometimes they normally say, yeah, I want to be a digital artist, but I want to be a filmmaker or I want to be a editor or something like that. Whereas you are kind of just like everything into one. You're like a...
Yeah. I'll sum it up in a few easy words. I'm doing what I enjoy. If one day I enjoy doing filmmaking, I'll do that. If one day I enjoy doing theatre, I'll do that. I like not being tied down to one thing. I have options.
And that also springs loads of different branches out of a tree, doesn't it? So you can go either way. That is awesome, actually. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So now you know a little bit about Ben, what he does, and how he got into it. I'm actually just going to throw Ben in the deep end now and do a little activity with him. Now, Ben actually has no clue what he's about to do.
No, I'm scared.
It's not that scary, but it is very. It has to be fast paced. You know what I mean? Got to be very fast paced.
Right. Okay. I'm ready.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions and you've got to answer them as quickly as you can, okay? I'm going to do this with every single person that comes on the GP guest show, but each question will be different and sort of more to their genre or what they do, their industry. So this is to do with filmmaking, basically.
The more you speak, the more worried I get.
Honestly, you should be. You should be terrified. Oh. I'm joking. Okay, so yes, and then at the end of this term or series, if you like, of the GP guest show, we will actually have a winner. So yeah, this is the leaderboard. This is the start of the leaderboard.
Is it going to be better? At some point, I will be at the front of the leaderboard because if no one's gone on yet, I will be at first place.
It's the first time for everything, Ben.
Wow. Oh, that was mean. I'll have you know, I almost won one of our family quizzes. Thank you very much.
Oh dear. Okay. Almost. Well, you should be. There's no right or wrong answer here. There isn't. You've just got to answer it as quickly as you can. Right. I will warn you though. The slower you answer, the less points you receive.
Got it. Quick answers. I'm on it.
Yeah. Quick answers. And then after, I will let you know how many points you got. So when you watch the video, basically, you'll know how many points you got.
I like.
So yeah, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just all about speed.
Speed is key. Got you.
Speed is key. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. First question. Drum roll, please. First question. DSLR or mirrorless?
DSLR.
Mac or Windows?
Windows, hands down.
Glide cam or gimbal?
Gimbal.
Canon or Nikon?
Canon.
Ooh, okay. Narrative films or skits?
Ooh, narrative.
crew or no crew?
Oh, small crew or just me, please.
Okay, Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro?
Premiere Pro.
Storyboarding or no storyboarding?
No story.
Script writing or no script writing?
Script, definite script.
Drone or no drone?
Drone.
GoPro or no GoPro?
GoPro.
And that's it. That is the end. Well done, Ben. I wasn't actually timing that, but I will do when I go back and watch it. But to me, it sounded like you did pretty well.
Thanks. Oh my god! Every time I opened my mouth, I was like, "Oh dear, what have I just said?"
You had a bit of a stumble somewhere.
I did.
And I believe
Canon
it
or
was.
Nikon.
Was it? I think there was one on Canon or Nikon, and there was there was another one on crew or no crew for sure.
Yeah.
What's that all about, Ben?
Dear. So right. So first off, Canon and Nikon. Difficult. I own a Nikon. I know what I'm doing with it. However, I've currently got a flaw with my Nikon, but I don't know if that's just my camera where it's old and not really been looked after very well or whatever. But Canons just kind of seem to be better quality, better lens kind of styles. I've also seen as well they're now releasing free like USB what do you call it? USB webcam interface stuff. So you can just download the software and use your DSLR as a webcam. So that is
Yes.
pretty cool. It's kind of like I would move to Canon, but I know the Nikon, so that's kind of where I was like conflict. And the one, okay, crew or no crew. Sorry if I offended anyone who was on my crew here. That's obviously not what I intend. Like I said, I enjoy having a small crew. The Job Lot 2.0, perfect size. Me, you, Jamie, nice, easy. Maybe if I'd had an extra editor on there, that would have been perfect size crew. Or even if you'd have wanted to do some editing, that would have been awesome. But with the project, our hands were tied. I couldn't let anyone else do it, unfortunately, with permissions and stuff. But that size crew works absolutely lovely. So I love working with a small crew. I also like doing it like some films just on my own as well, because then it's all like my creative influence. So that's kind of where I was going with that. I don't necessarily like having a big crew because not only is it, I kind of feel sometimes it might be a too many cooks situation, but also the likelihood is I'm gonna have to manage that, and that's a lot of work. He says having planned a film project that will need like on some days a crew of like 30 people, but
Yeah, I mean, quite a lot of the questions were meant to throw you off because on some days you might need a crew and on other days you might not need a crew.
yeah,
I mean, it all depends on what you're filming, I guess.
absolutely,
So yeah. Anyway, I will do that with every single contestant that comes on, but for their sort of genre, and whoever gets it fastest wins. Okay, right, Ben. Next question. What are you planning on doing in the future, like future projects and stuff like that?
All right, upcoming projects. So, the first one I'm going to speak to you about is something. Name is a work in progress. I'm not sure if I like it yet. It's something like DigiTime. I don't know. Basically, it's like a little news segment. So it's kind of like
What?
Digitime. Yeah,
Digitime.
like digital time, but digital. I don't know. I don't know. It might be completely. Name might be scrapped. Probably will. I don't know what it's going to call. Maybe just digital news. I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of going to be. I've already done a little bit of work with this on one stream. I was doing a bit of this before the job lot took over my existence, but now that job lot has not taken over my existence, I will go back to this at some point. I've been working with one of my friends and a artist called Anya, and she has drawn me a little tree guy, a little tree ant called Arbor, and essentially he's going
Wow.
to be our news host on a series. So he's going to sit behind the news desk and he's going to kind of give um, a little bit of insight as to what I've been doing during the week, some of the stuff that maybe doesn't necessarily warrant a whole video, and he's going to sum it up. He's going to sum up projects that are going on, future things, also maybe also Ben saw this in the mainstream news today. These are his opinions on it.
And this
He
is all
also
going to be
saw
done by a little
little tree guy.
tree
Yeah.
guy.
It's going to be done through Adobe Character Animator. So essentially, what you do is you get a little bit of artwork, like a character, little arbor, and you basically shove a skeleton into him. And then what you do is you load it up in the app and you sync up your webcam, and your webcam will track your face. So you basically just turn your audio on and start acting, and he will do it, which is great because it means it will take very minimal setup in order to do. I just have to sit and talk through my script, and then when I click stop record, he'll have done it.
You could do that?
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
pretty
god.
sick.
Is there
I'm currently having a
I am getting a training course on that. That actually sounds awesome. Damn.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be really cool. I've also got a few little skit things planned for Arbor as well. Like he's gonna leave the news occasionally and come into other things, but yeah, I love little Arbor. He's so cool.
Now that is awesome, and I have to say, I think I have actually seen a sneak peek of this on a live stream that you've done.
Yeah, I did kind of creating Arbor because Anya's drew him just on paper and sent me the screenshot. So I now have the job of, as I phrased it to her, of butchering Arbor and redrawing over him. And
Arbor.
I'm not good at drawing, so I'm kind of like tracing over him, trying to keep it as realistic as I can to the original, whilst also having to like, without sounding too horrible, the way that character animator works is you kind of have to chop limbs off and re-sew them back on, and doing a lot of that it's challenging. So I'm trying to do my best to make it work and also not destroy Anya's artwork.
Well, yes, I have to say Anya is a very awesome artist.
She's done super well with it.
Does she have her own page?
I don't believe she does.
Oh, come on, Anya.
I know. I did recommend. I was like, yeah, you should do some stuff like this. I think, but
No, that's awesome. But that sounds like it's going to take a lot of work. So I'm definitely excited to see that. And
fair amount of setup. But
yeah,
hopefully not too much in terms of then keeping it going. And it's kind of, I want to get some consistent projects going at them.
yeah.
Now I've also, you've noticed a theme with these. I've changed the name for this project as well. I'm now dubbing this Marv. And Marv stands for, what did Marv stand for? Motorized, possibly automated remote vehicle. So I'm
Wow.
basically, it's basically I've got an old electric wheelchair that I'm going to cobble together to basically I'm going to remove the chair, and it's going to have like a detachable segment on the top, so I could put various different attachments onto it. So it could be used to transport digital equipment. It could be used to build a massive moving prop onto. I'm actually making a recycle monster at some point. When it's going to be used, I don't know, because originally we planned to do it during, but obviously they've all been cancelled now. So when, where, why, I don't know, but I'm still going to make the little movie robot thing. So I look forward to that.
That sounds awesome, 100%. And that actually leads me on to my next point. Would you like to talk us through some of the actual set design and props you've made over the years? Because I know you've made some pretty cool props, and I've seen them in the flesh, actually. And they are pretty impressive. Would you like to talk us through some? And hopefully we can get them up on the screen for you guys as well.
Can do. To start off with, can I reach it? I can't reach it. I was going to pull down the job lot trophy and show you all, but I can't reach it, and unfortunately, I'm tied to my computer, so it's just going to have to stay there.
We can show it on screen.
I've got images, I'm sure. Yeah, and I can send you something. So I have made 3 job lot trophies now in my time, which are just, they're not much. They're just a little trophy, but they go with the job lot. Little J and an L on them. What else have I made? I made Pride Rock for the Lion King out of some cardboard. That was quite interesting. I've made little soapbox cars for the summer festival that goes on. And I think one of the ones that you might be hinting at here, Gordon, is I've also built a time machine.
That is definitely the one.
Yeah, that's definitely my biggest feat. That was a little bit of an insight to this as well, because I don't think I've spoken about this on a video. So so I built a functioning, air quotes, time machine.
Yeah.
So
I went
it's
to the
not-
1850s.
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't quite travel in time, but it was for a show we did called Time Lord, kind of like a Doctor Who spoof. So it's very much TARDIS console kind of design. And I built a lot of it fairly cheaply, just scraps of old wood, build it in my garage, and things like shower curtains, some old LED lights. But the reason why I say working is because it actually housed a car battery on the inside of it, and it was wired up for all the electric. So when you flicked various levers and even the big lever, it'd all light up and start glowing. And there was at one point designs to have bits move on it, but unfortunately with the time deadlines, it just didn't happen. But yeah, that was super cool. So I absolutely loved making that. And part of the inside, which I haven't shared on that, I don't think publicly in a while, is
Ooh, exclusive,
forever.
exclusive.
Yeah, no, it's well, don't get too excited. It's not a positive thing. So my time machine, I saw it all collapses because at the time of doing this show, we were doing it in various different venues around, and part of that meant I had to transport it. So it was all built purposely to break down into little bits and be bolted back together again. And I had a Ford Fiesta at the time, so getting a
Ooh,
time machine, a lighting setup, and a sound setup in a Ford Fiesta was a challenge, but I
yeah.
managed to do it.
Rip the suspension in that.
Yeah, let's not talk about the suspension in my car. So yeah, but the slight insight to that, all right, is that once I'd done the project, I needed to store it in my garage. And obviously, we don't have a lot of space. So, what I did was I kind of broke it down into its little bits and stood it all up in the corner. Now, in standing it up, apparently I didn't quite do it right and I left the car battery inside. Car battery had then slipped over onto its side. Acid had leaked out of the car battery and has melted half of the time machine, which is really upsetting. Everything else is fine. People are fine. It was dealt with safely, but yeah, I lost half a time machine in that dilemma, and that really irritates me because I should have realized I should have taken the car battery out, but
Sounds
I thought it was fine
dangerous. Oh my
at the
god.
time. Yeah, looking back on it, I was a bit of an idiot with that one, but no one was hurt. No one would have been hurt because it was stood out of the way anyway. But yeah, unfortunately, we lost half a time machine in that ordeal. So yeah,
Well,
but
you redeem
positive
yourself
side.
because it was very cool. It was very good.
Thank you. I mean, I look forward to redeeming myself as well because at some point in the future, this is quite a way away in the future, I will be rebuilding it.
Oh yeah, and this time I'm
Yeah.
going to the where should I go? Vikings. Awesome, thank you for that, Ben. And yeah, we will definitely put on some images of some of the things that Ben has built and stuff. If that's okay with you, Ben, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's cool with me. If you can find them, you're more than welcome to.
Awesome. And one last thing, Ben, what are your goals? Because you're still only. I know you don't think you are, but you're still only quite young.
How rude!
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Yep,
definitely young.
young digital
Young and
artist.
immature.
So what are your goals and what are your plans for the future?
So kind of vague goals is I'd like for my day job to become working in a theatre, which would be nice. That kind of ticks off the theatre box, and then on like the digital channel, I can focus a lot on the filmmaking. I would like to make some big project films. But I've got actually, I think I finished writing the vague plot for one the other day, so
Ooh.
that's one that I'd like to write. Um,
What's it about? Quick, exclusive.
Oh God. Okay. I don't know if I haven't shared this with anyone yet. You might actually get an exclusive. Um, how do I suggest it without putting too much away? So it is set in a post-apocalyptic world, overrun by zombies, and essentially you follow the story of um, a young father and his daughter and their adventures through the apocalypse, and their journey into how do we sum it up without giving too much away? Um,
Give it away.
sort of working to live with each other a little bit. So they're kind of they have to work with each other and then work how to get back to each other. That's kind of like that's a very vague plot, and it's not quite accurate as I'd like to give, but I can't give away
Okay.
much more without giving away the entire plot. And I like it. I'm so looking forward to making this thing.
You
yeah.
could have are you gonna get like what they call the SFX artists to do all the makeup and stuff?
Possibly, yeah. I'm hoping to expand my circles and actually have real decent makeup because I want to do like close-ups on the zombies as well. So I don't just want it to be cheap Halloween get up. I want it to be decent.
Yes, that sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to that indeed.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. Have you done? Are you finished writing the script, or are you still writing?
I have not started writing that script as of
Ah.
yet. I've got the plot in place, which has taken me a while, but I don't want to focus on writing that script at the moment because it's still a fair while away. But I've got one, maybe two films or film series that I want to do like in the next couple of years. So I need to focus on writing those first. So that's where I'm trying
Yep.
to push my script writing efforts.
Awesome. No, that sounds awesome. Priorities, and it sounds like you've actually you've got a really decent plan structured out in your head, which is key, I guess, for digital artists and anyone, I guess. So yeah, no, awesome, Ben. That sounds really, really cool. Once again, if you haven't already, go check out Ben's channel, go subscribe and turn the notifications on because you're not going to want to miss anything that he does. It is absolutely awesome. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. It's the first one. It's the debut of the GP guest show. And yeah, Ben, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Pomegranate.
Say what?
That's a good word. We'll go with that.
Pomegranate. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the start. That's a code name for a secret project he's got planned. Obviously.
Oh, the pomegranate project. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have got a project that I have planned that I'm not telling anyone about as of yet, and I'm now going to nickname that the pomegranate project. So whenever I say it's part of the pomegranate project, that's what I'm referring to.
The pomegranate project. I tell you what, if
Yeah.
you say that fast, that can be quite difficult to say.
Pomegranate project. Yeah,
The pomegranate project.
coming 2021 next year.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Go and check out my stream on Twitch, which I do very regularly, actually. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.